take some example, all mangoes are donkeys, right? And some donkeys are monkeys. So basically you have two statements given to you in a syllogism question typically, two statements that we call it as statement A and statement B, and he's trying to, you're supposed to identify a deductive logic from given two statements, right? And you have various forms of the same type of question which is asked in syllogisms. See, the idea is, I was just observing most of you, on an average you are taking around 2 minutes to solve one question, right? So, next 45 minutes, trust me, it's all about learning logically what is happening to these statements. If you can do that, I think it's not more than 30 seconds to crack one question without even drawing a single diagram. Trust me. Okay? So for that for you to understand that, let's look at various forms of statement. All A's or B's. This is one type that you will get. Or no A is a B. No A is a B. Or you have statements of the form some A's or B's and some A's or not B's. So these are the four major types of questions. There is some small variations that happen. Sometimes you'll say all A's may be B's, or we'll handle those special cases later. But most of the cases, rather 95% of the cases, you have these four types of questions. When I say first type of statements, we also call them as propositions. Don't worry about the grammar behind it. Okay, so all A's or B's, no A is a B, some A's or B's, and some A's or not B's. These are the four types of statements. Now, I would like you to define them on few things so that we understand the logic. Now, basically there are two things that are coming here. One is the quantity and one is the quality. Let's understand these statements on quantity. When I say quantity, what is the quantity, sir? In this one, quantity kahan se aa raha hai? Now, all apples or mangoes. Are we talking about all apples, which is universally anything to do with apples, or are we talking about a particular set of apples? All apples, right? So we are talking about universal. So we'll, in terms of quantity, in all A's or B's, we'll call it as universal. Okay, now if I say some A's or B's, is it universal? No, it's particular. So we'll define such a statement as particular in terms of quantity. Okay, now why I'm saying is, when we learn logically, I want you to understand whether it's a universal statement or it's a particular statement. Okay, now the second thing is on quality. Now what is the quality here? Now, when someone says all monkeys are donkeys, so can I say we are confirming that all monkeys are donkeys here? When I say something like all mangoes are donkeys, I am somehow saying that all mangoes, I'm confirming or I'm affirming that these mangoes are donkeys? Yes or no? Yes. So when I say some monkeys are not donkeys, or all monkeys are not donkeys, am I affirming here? No, I am negating something. So I'm saying that all monkeys are not donkeys. So here, from now on, when I say all A's or B's, it's universal, and it's also confirming that all A's or B's. So we'll define such a statement as universal affirmative. We are affirming something, so we'll call it as universal affirmative. Now, no A is a B. Is it universal? Yes, it's universal, and it is negative. So it is negating, we'll term that or we'll define it as negative. So we have universal affirmative, no A is B is universal negative. What about some A's or B's? Particular affirmative. What about some A's or not B's? Particular negative. Particular negative. Just take that. See, for me to, as I told you at the start of the class, when you're solving questions, you need not draw Venn diagrams, right? But to learn that logic, we need to use Venn diagrams. Okay, so to explain that logic to you, that comes naturally to your mind, let's use some Venn diagrams, understand them, then you need not use Venn diagrams at all. Okay, so all of you just draw how does this all A's or B's look like using Venn diagrams. Now next highlighting you put it as Venn diagrams, and we'll take each statement. First we'll take universal affirmative, right? Show me how that diagram looks like. All A's or B's. All A's or B's, right? But is there, I saw someone drawing a little differently other than this. Any other way of looking at it? Very good, awesome, I like that. So all A's or B's, you can also draw this like that and say this is A comma B, right? So these are the two possibilities of all A's or B's. One possibility is all A's or B's. So your B is a subset. Yeah.
Sir, I don't agree with the second.
Okay, why?
Sir, because all B's are also A's, that is not sure. Huh?
No, that's not sure.
So that
No.
represents A and B same.
Correct. I'm with you. So now all A's or B's is the only thing that we are aware of.
Yes.
Correct? Nothing else. We are not deducting any logic yet.
Yes.
I'm not deducting any logic. All A's or B's. Does this diagram satisfy that?
Yes.
Does this diagram satisfy that?
It's satisfied.
I'm interested in that one. I'm saying for this statement, all A's or B's, what are the ways of showing that diagram? All A's or B's. So there are only two possibilities for the statement, all A's or B's. A is a subset of B, or A and B are same. We are not coming back now. I'm not discussing whether all B's are A's or not. I'm not coming there at all. I'm just talking about how all A's or B's looks like. This could be one possibility of drawing that diagram. This is another possibility. Will you agree with it until here? That's it. I'm not defining anything back.
Yes, sir.
कोई भी deduct the logic नहीं आया अभी तक. Will you agree that this statement and these two diagrams are in sync with each other?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. Now draw no A is B. I hope everyone is comfortable with no A is B. So no A is B is simple, or all A's are not B's. No A is B का मतलब क्या हो गया? All A's are not B's. That means we are saying all A's are not B's. So that means they are away from each other. All A's are not B's. Right? So that's the only way we can draw this. Is there any other way?
Sir, for all A's are not B's, it can be like some A's are B's.
No. Once again you're getting into you're deducting something. No, hold your breath. So we think too much about these statements. That's the problem.
Sir, but all A's are not B's technically means some A's can be B's.
No, I'm not coming there yet. अभी बोला ना यार, मैं पहले अपन define कर लेते हैं, draw कैसा करते हैं देखते हैं, उसके बाद deductive logic पे आते हैं. Can you hold your breath until then?
Yes, sir.
थोड़ा देरी, उसके बाद मजा आएगा, बता रहा हूँ मैं. Just hold your breath. Is everyone okay until here? Yeah? So, as we are flowing, don't stop your logic anywhere. Wherever you are, you ensure that that is clear in your head. Some A's or B's, quickly. Some A's or B's. Okay, good. So some A's or B's, what's the way to draw it? These are A's, these are B's. Now, some A's or B's, we have to show something is common there, so some A's or B's there. Is that okay? Can I say this is the best representation of some A's or B's? Some A's or B's, so there are some A's or B's, that is something that we are very sure of and we are representing it. Is that okay? The last one.
So the first one could also follow.
Which one?
The first diagram that you said.
Yeah.
If you interchange that B and A.
Right. Now here, okay. So what do you want to say? Repeat.
Even that
Even
will
that
follow.
will follow.
B and A, if you interchange, then some B or A.
No, some A or B.
Some A or B. That's a portion of A or B.
No,
Not
this,
all the-
this diagram, is it representing some A's or B's?
All A's or B's it is represented.
I'm asking a question.
No,
Sir.
it could
Could
represent.
Ricardo? What I'm saying is only this statement, some A's or B's. What's the best representation? This one or this one?
No, best
Yeah,
one
if
is
some are A's or B's, that will also follow all.
No, it is talking about particular.
Hold your breath. Yeah, repeat what you're saying.
If I have something all A's and B's,
Yeah.
if we have that statement, some A's and B's are also true.
So some A's or B's is a subset of this statement.
Yes.
No, why are you worried about that? I'm asking you some A's or B's. How do you represent some A's or B's? Is this the best representation or is this the best representation?
Second.
Live with it. For a moment, live with it. Are you okay?
Yes.
Are you okay? What I'm trying to take you, the reason I'm stopping you there, the biggest reason for that is we think too much about these statements. अरे ये ऐसा भी हो सकता है, वैसा भी हो सकता है, we confuse. So that's the reason we take a lot of time in solving a question. What I'm trying to do with you now in this class is, I'm trying to make it simpler, very precise. Go with statement as statement. After that, we'll derive few rules of deductive logic, and those rules are very logical in nature. तेरे को confusion ही नहीं होगा, अरे यार ये ऐसा भी हो सकता है, वैसा ऐसा भी नहीं हो सकता, ऐसा ही होगा. इतना confidence रहेगा. Hold करो अपना breath को थोड़ा देर. ठीक है? Are you okay with some A's or B's? Yeah. Let's come to the last one. Some A's or not B's. Draw with this diagram.
Same thing.
Same thing? करो.
Again, more possibilities can come.
Some A's or not B's.
Just the shade.
Yeah, everyone look here now. Now that's the reason some A's or not B's. The best way to draw some A's or B's is, maybe what you draw is right, some A's or not B's. That's the best way to draw. You don't know what other A's. Don't draw about it. Some A's or not B's. This is the best representation of some A's or not B's. This is not. In this you are saying some A's or B's, which you don't know.
So in previous question, we drew some A's or B's.
Yes.
That was the one.
Yes. That's the reason I kept it. Still kept it. I erased this, but I kept it just because I know this will come up. Good. Yeah.
So how come we know that the others are not B's?
I'm not saying others are not B's. I only know that some A's or B's.
So, but we are trying.
So we are trying to complete that diagram. We are not saying anything about it.
But sir, here you have drawn only part of A,
Yes, part of A.
and only here we also know only part of A's. Other part of A we don't.
Correct.
So we can draw.
So if you want to just keep it like that and leave it, that's okay. But here I'm representing, I'm only sure about these things these are B's. I'm not confirming anything to do with the remaining part of A, the remaining part of B. I'm not saying anything about it. Neither I'm mixing it with each other, nor I'm saying that they are away from each other. I don't know about it. I'm confidently saying that some A's or B's.
And you could have cut off the remaining part of A, right?
काट के क्या करेंगे? कहाँ रखेंगे? कहीं और दूर लगाएंगे? Doesn't matter. ऐसा लगा ले, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. But what I'm saying, it doesn't matter. This represents it very well.
It's already outside.
It's already outside. So you don't, you see what I'm saying from the statement is I'm sure some A's or B's.
Sir, and what is the need here to keep the part?
Very good. I'll tell you why. Now, the need is to get that logic in your mind very clear. The deductive logic that I want you to understand, it will become easier if you start seeing this like this. That I know that some A's are away from me. Some A's are not B's. Now, where is that remaining A? I don't know. The remaining A could be inside. The remaining A could be here, like that. Remaining A could be like that also. I don't know. So, the thing that I don't know, let's not draw it. What generally happens in such cases when we solve using Venn diagrams is, we waste our energies drawing that, and in the process there's a chance of making a mistake. But if you start seeing it like this, trust me, you will not even draw after a while. और खबरें और भी हैं, देखते रहिएगा. एक 15 मिनट रुक जाओ, ये draw करने की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. Okay? Are you okay? So what's the best representation of some A's or not B's? That's the representation, right?
Sir, can it be like that, sir? B is under A, sir, and the remaining part?
B is under A. बता दिखा कैसे draw करेगा?
Sir, that only first one.
Oh no! You're drawing a different statement altogether. By drawing like this, you're saying all A's or B's.
No, sir, B, A.
ऐसा नहीं करोगे. In a way, you are telling me that all B's are A's.
ये common subject part ना sir, in between.
कहाँ पर?
वो common वाला जो part है.
Some part of
A.
So this one.
Yes, sir.
ये क्या बोलना चाहते हो आप?
Some part of A are not B.
No, you don't know. Okay.
Clearly it is showing you, sir.
Okay. I think let me take an example. Okay. If I make a statement, some boys in this class are handsome. Some boys in this class are handsome. What does that mean? Some boys are not handsome. Does it give that logic? I'm asking a question. No, it only tells me that some boys are handsome. भाई उतना ही नॉलेज है मेरे को ये 6 लोगों को जानता हूँ वो हैंडसम है भाई. मैं जाके अनिल नायर को बाहर जाके मिला, अनिल नायर सर को बोला, यार, some boys in your class are handsome, or some girls in your class are beautiful. Does that mean that some girls are not beautiful? No, I don't know. Similarly, if during my interaction with this boy, I realized he's really wise. I said, some boys are wise in your class. Does that mean some boys are not wise? No, even that doesn't mean that way. I only know some are wise. I don't have data about the rest of the boys. Similarly, I spent some time with this guy. I felt he's stupid. I go to Anil Nair and tell him, some boys in your class are stupid. So what does that mean? The remaining boys are wise or not stupid? I don't know. So what I'm trying to tell you is, in deductive logic, please stick to the statement and understand what that statement gives you a deductive logic. We'll come to that. Just hold your breath for a while. Another 15 minutes, you will tell me stories now.
Sir, you can also take out that B also.
क्यों मेहनत कर रहे हो यार? हाँ? थोड़ा देर इससे, can you live with it for a while? You're okay with the statement, Sami, or not, please?
Yes.
Huh? Okay, if you're still not okay, if you want to see other more possibilities, then I'll tell you, just take it and keep your mouth shut for 10 minutes. I'm just kidding. I didn't mean that. What I'm trying to tell you is just hold your breath for another 10 minutes. Live with this. That's the best way to show some A's or not B's. Okay, don't confuse yourself further. Okay? Now, are you done? Are you clear with this? So now we get into a very interesting term that I want everyone to understand, because we'll be using this term like crazy. Like in every question, we'll not be using the Venn diagrams, but we'll be using a term called distribution. Or I will write it as totally defined. Totally defined distribution, or totally defined. Okay. Now, in a statement like all A's or B's, what is the subject and what is the predicate?
A is the subject.
Very good. A is the subject and B is predicate. No A is B. A is the subject and B is predicate. Some A's or B's.
A is the subject.
A is the subject and B is the predicate. Some A's or not B's. A is the subject and B is the predicate. Now here in our 4 propositions that we are writing here, so there are, in everything there is a subject, there is a predicate, right? Now, when I know all A's or B's, can you tell me whether we have total knowledge of the subject or do we have total knowledge of the predicate?
Subject.
किसका knowledge पूरा है अपने पास?
Subject.
Subject का knowledge पूरा है. All A's or both these diagrams. So now in this diagram, do we have total idea of B? No. That's the reason you were telling me we should not draw like this. But from these 2 diagrams, whatever it is, do we have full knowledge of A? Do you have full knowledge of B? You have full knowledge of A. So for me, A is distributed, or your subject is distributed in a universal affirmative. Distribution matlab something that you are totally aware of, totally defined. A set which you are totally aware of is distribution for me. It's a term I'm defining for you. Okay? So what do you mean by distribution? Something that is totally distributed means that is something totally understood or totally defined in your proposition. Are you okay? Is everyone okay with that? Brilliant. So now, tell me what is distributed in universal negative?
Nothing is B.
No A is B is the statement. No A is B is a statement. The way we draw it is like this. No A is B, or all A's are not B's.
Again, subject is
Both are universally defined.
Both are defined. Brilliant, I like that. See, you're thinking now. Very simple. In all A's or not B's, or no A is B, for me both are defined, because all apples are not mangoes, all apples are not mangoes, so obviously all mangoes are also not apples. We're totally aware of these 2 sets in context of this statement. All A's are not B's. Who are distributed? Both subject as well as predicate. So both A and B are distributed. डाउट है तो यही होना भाई. अब भी डाउट होना, बाद में डाउट आता मजा नहीं आएगा. Until now, whatever we have learned, is it in your head or is it in your books?
head.
Are you sure? Good, brilliant. Now tell me some A's or B's.
Both are not defined.
Brilliant. Nothing is distributed. I'm not aware of neither the subject nor the predicate. I'm not totally aware of neither the subject nor the predicate. Simple. मेरे को दोनों की जानकारी नहीं है भाई. पूरी जानकारी नहीं है तो नहीं है. It's not distributed. None is distributed. I write the word none there. None is distributed. Last one is critical. Once again, we'll have a lot of debates here. Let's see.
None.
I wish
Again,
without
none.
any
Again, none.
debate we'll get it. Some A's or not B's?
None.
None.
None. None. Okay.
Predicate is distributed.
Why? I like it.
We know about these. How A's are not these.
Brilliant. Brilliant, sir. I see a knot there also. I like it. You totally agree with that? Yeah, you're saying not, yeah, makes sense. Yes, it makes sense. Let's understand this. Some A's are not B's. I know there are some A's, there is some set of A's which is totally away from my entire set B. There are some A's which are totally away from my B.
So we know about B.
So we know about B.
Yes. Then only you can say. But still some A can be B.
I don't know about that. In the context of this some A's, these some monkeys that we are talking about, B is totally away from it. मेरे को थोड़े A's ऐसे पता है जो B से पूरे दूर है. So here for me, this is that set. It's not A's. It is some A's is what I want to understand in the context of B.
So I can totally different.
Totally defined, yes. I'm not saying A is defined totally. I'm saying B is defined.
How can it be defined totally?
In the context of some A's, which are not B's.
So B's territory is still not defined. Now some A can still be B.
No, you're not getting it. In the context of these A's, not entire A's. In the context of these A's, I'm saying B is totally distributed. I'm not talking in the context of entire A. Please understand this. Are you okay? Are you okay? Another 10 minutes, ये doubt भी निकल जाएगा भाई आपके mind में से. Sir जी, there's some level of doubt. 2%, 5%. Just wait for another 15 minutes. This will make sense to you, what I'm saying. Are you okay? Is everyone okay? Yeah? So some A's or not B's, who is distributed here?
B is just
B is distributed. You read some mail? Okay. Now we are getting into deductive logic as logic. Okay, we have just, until now, what we have done in the class, we tried to define these 4 propositions. Then, what did we do after that? Just saw how this can be drawn using Venn diagrams. Then we tried to understand the distribution, which one is getting distributed in the context of the other subject and predicate in their context, what is distributed and what is the knowledge that we have from the given statements. Right now what we do is, there are 2 types of inferences that you are supposed to learn. One is immediate inference, which will be of a lot of importance to most of you. And there is something called a mediate inference. Now, what is the difference between immediate and mediate? Immediate inference is in the context of a single statement, right? Now we'll come back to this later. First, let's do this. Now, immediate inference. Now, when I have a statement like all A's or B's, what are the immediate inferences we can draw without even the second statement? Assume that we have only one statement, all A's or B's. What's your name?
Abhishek.
Abhishek. So Abhishek, in one of the statements, he was asking me what is the inference for this. So I was asking him to hold for a moment. Now I'm getting into inferences now. If I have a statement like all A's or B's, what all can I infer from that statement?
Some B are not A.
Okay? Some B are not A. Can we infer that?
No.
Some B's are A's.
Very good. We cannot infer that. Some
B's are A's.
B's are A's. Okay?
Some B's are not A.
Okay. Let hold for a moment. We'll take all the statements and we'll define what is right, what is wrong. Yeah, go ahead. What did you say?
Some B's are not A.
Some B's are not A's. Yeah, you said something.
Some B's are A's.
Some B's are A's.
All A's are B's.
All A's are.
B's.
That's a statement, man. Okay.
Some A's are B's.
Some A's or B's, okay. Anything else? Will all agree with all the three statements?
First one you
First
cannot
one,
take.
you cannot.
Very good. So will you agree with the other two?
Yes.
Yes. It makes a lot of sense. The other two are the immediate inferences. Let's see why. All A's or B's. You know these are the only two ways of drawing this, all A's or B's. These are the only two ways that you can draw all A's or B's. Now when all A's or B's, can I say some A's are also B's? From this statement? Yes. Can I say from this statement also some A's or B's? So does this hold good? Does this hold good? Yes, it holds good. Can I say some B's or A's?
Yes.
From this diagram also? From this diagram also, can I say some B's or A's? So even this makes a lot of sense. Can I say some B's or not A's?
Second not satisfied.
From this, yes we can, but from this we are not sure. And this is another possibility of all A's or B's. I'm not sure of this deduction. Are you okay? Is everyone okay?
Yes.
So can I say all B's or A's? तो obviously नहीं. Yes or no? Or can I say that all B's are not A's? No, I cannot say that. So what are the two possible answers for all A's or B's? What are the immediate inferences that we can draw? So without even a single doubt in your mind, you can confidently say, because all A's or B's, I can say that some A's or B's and some B's are. Are you okay? Are you okay? So these are the two inferences that can be drawn. So these are the two immediate inferences. Yeah, come on. Now tell me for no A is B.
No B is A.
Very good. No A is B. So I can confidently say no B is A. Is everyone okay?
Yes.
Can I say this?
Yes.
Confidently, immediately, with that single statement, if no A is B, all A's are not B's, so obviously all B's are not A's. Are you okay? Are you okay? Brilliant. Next.
Some B's are not A's, some A's are not B's.
Some.
B's are not A's, some A's are not B's.
Okay. Okay. Some B's or some A's are not B's बोला ना पहले आपने. Some A's are not B's. Very good.
Some B's are A's.
Some B's are
Some B's are
Not A's.
not A's.
Some B's are yes.
Some B's are A's.
No.
No, I like that. No. Brilliant.
Some B's are
Yeah. No A is B. So you have your no A is B or all A's are not B's. So all A's are not B's. Therefore I can say all B's are not A's. Makes sense? Some A's are not B's.
Makes sense.
Some B's are not A's.
Yes.
Some A's are not B's कहाँ से आया? आपने क्या बोला? Some A's और B's किसने बोला?
Some B's are A's.
Some B's are A's कैसा बोलोगे आप?
थर्ड का बताया.
थर्ड का नहीं कर रहे यार, सेकंड का कर रहे हैं. हाँ? So for the second statement, these are the three inferences possible. Any doubt? Stop me here. ये माइंड में घुस जाना चाहिए भैया. All A's और B's दिखते हैं. Some A's और B's, some B's और A's. That's it. All A's are not B's. All B's are not A's. Some A's are not B's. Some B's are not A's. Simple. कोई वेन डायग्राम नहीं, कुछ नहीं. ये माइंड में बैठ जाना चाहिए. Are you okay? Good. Yeah. Let's come to the third one now. Some A's or B's.
Some B's are yes.
Some A's or B's.
Some B's are yes.
Some B's or A's.
Some B's are not.
So that's it.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Action. Right. Okay. So, where are we? All mangoes are chairs. So some chairs are tables. Generally, what's your mind is saying is some mangoes or some chairs or tables. So if you draw this particular diagram, you will think that some mangoes or tables or some tables or mangoes, you end up marking this as the answer. Right? But what if the same thing, which is some chairs or tables, you don't know which some chairs. This could be these chairs that are tables. So some chairs or tables could be this diagram, some chairs or tables could be this diagram. So we are not sure, therefore this is not a sure deductive logic. So this cannot be your answer. But the point is, as I told you, as I promised you, you are not supposed to draw any diagrams. Let's take the rule. Rule 1. The middle term must be distributed. The middle term must be distributed at least once. At least once in the premise. In the premise. In the premise means the initial two statements of premise, right? These are the two premises. This is a conclusion. We are trying to draw a conclusion. So these are the two premises. So the middle term must be distributed at least once in the premise. Otherwise, inference drawn is uncertain or doubtful. Inference drawn is uncertain or doubtful. Full stop. In short, no immediate inference can be drawn. No, in short, comma, no immediate inference can be drawn. So from now on, guys, whenever you see two statements, look for the middle term. Is the middle term distributed? No, answer is none. Period. कुछ पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. All mangoes or chairs? Is chairs distributed?
No.
What is the middle term in these two statements? Chairs. Is it distributed in the first premise?
No.
Is it distributed in the second premise?
No.
So no immediate inference can be drawn. ज़्यादा दिमाग मत लगाओ, ड्राइंग मत करो, वेन डायग्राम मत ड्रॉ करो, टक बोल के चले जाओ, 5 सेकंड में प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाएगा. If the middle term is not distributed, no inference can be drawn because it will be uncertain in any case, whatever will be the situation. Because your middle term, see, it's logical. If you want to understand the other way around, let's assume this is A, my right hand is A, my left hand is C, and my body is B, which is the middle term. If my entire body is not distributed, if you are not aware of the entire body, how will you connect this set A with set B? You can't. So you should be totally aware of the middle term, otherwise it's very difficult for you to think of a deductive logic between A and B, A and C. Are you okay? So that's the same thing. What I'm trying to say is A relates to B and B relates to C. If your middle term is not distributed, if you're not aware of this middle term totally, you cannot relate A and C. What is the relation is the secondary thing. Guys, please understand, what is the relation is the secondary. What I'm saying is, if it is not distributed in totality, in at least one of the premise, there's no sense in giving a logic between A and C. Make sense?
Yes.
That's the logic. That's the rule. Are you okay? Rule 1 is clear? Yes. Come on, take one more example. Some ships or aeroplanes. Some ships or aeroplanes. All aeroplanes or jets. All aeroplanes or jets. Option 1. All ships or jets. No ships or jets. Some ships are jets.
Some ships are jets.
All jets are ships.
Some ships are jets. But that is not in third one.
Okay, so this is a direct question, right? Some ships are aeroplanes, all aeroplanes are jets. There's nothing, no rule can be, there's no need of applying any rule. Some ships are aeroplanes and all aeroplanes are jets. You can directly say that some ships are jets without any thinking. So some ships are jets is the right answer. Okay, take one more example, then we'll come to rule 2. Some ships are aeroplanes. इसका है भाई. All aeroplanes are jets. Oh, same again.
Same over there. Some aeroplanes are tanker.
What is this? Okay, sorry. Take an example. Some cups or jars. Some cups or jars. No jar is kettle. No jar is a kettle. Take the statement, A
Some
statement.
cups are not.
Take statement 1. Some cups or kettles. Some cups or kettles. Some cups or kettles. Some kettles are not cups. All kettles are cups. All kettles are cups. No cups or kettles. Some cups are not kettles.
Some cups are not. You're not drawing anything, right? Good. Without drawing, you're able to say an answer. Huh? Good. I like it. Chalo. Everyone look here. How many of you are comfortable with fifth one as an answer? Good, good, good. I like it. Chalo. Now, some cups or jars, I think more or less you got the logic already. You know, we need not wait for all the rules. More or less, आप लोगों को बैठ गया दिमाग में. Anyways, some cups or jars, no jar is a kettle. For technical reasons, I would like to teach you rule 2. Now, what rule 2 says is, say for example, in this question also, some ships are aeroplanes and all aeroplanes are jets. Right? Now, rule 2, look here. I'm explaining rule 2, which is not needed to solve these two questions. You can do it logically also. You have done it already. But Rule 2 as a learning will help you in terms whenever you are confused. Now what is that? Now some ships are aeroplanes and all aeroplanes are jets. Your middle term, according to your rule 1, middle term should be distributed. So your middle term anyways is distributed here, so there will be an inference. So one is few people can immediately see answer has to be some ships or jets. Logic है, already आप लोग immediate inference को इतना अच्छे समझ गए कि ना आपको आंसर दिखने लग जाएगा. कभी नहीं भी दिखता है, the few options that you can easily eliminate. Some ships. Here, do we have full information about ships? So how can it be all ships or jets? So this cannot be my answer. So our inference में there is all ships. Right? Your inference has ships to be totally distributed. But is it distributed in the premise? So there is no way it can be all ships. Now no ships.
Universal negative.
Even in this also ships is totally distributed, which is not distributed in the premise. So even this cannot be my answer. Now all jets or ships, in all aeroplanes or jets, is just jets distributed? Only aeroplanes are distributed. Is jets distributed? No. So but here in all jets or ships, is it distributed? Yes. So even this cannot be my answer. So rule 2 is a rule of elimination. You cannot have a term to be distributed in the inference unless it is distributed in the premise. Are you getting what I want to say?
Yes.
Now let's apply that rule here also to this logic. This can be done in a different way also. I'm trying to explain you rule 2. That's the reason I'm taking another example. Because it's a very laloo example to explain. So here's a good example to explain. Now, some cups are jars and no jar is a kettle. Right? Now, you will logically over a period of time you will understand, which will be our rule 3 and rule 4. If one of your premises is particular, another is negative, your answer has to be a particular negative. Logically, एक particular है, एक negative है. Can I have an inference universal?
No, sir.
Right? Can I have an affirmative
No, sir.
inference? No. It has to be a negative inference and it has to be a particular inference. So logically speaking, whenever you have premises as particular and negative, your inference has to be particular negative. Logically. So answer ये दोनों में से कोई एक हो सकता है. Some kettles और not cups हो सकता है या some cups और not kettles हो सकता है. बाकी सब बेकार है. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now the question is ये दोनों में से कौन सा correct है? That is when your rule 2 will help you. Some kettles are not cups. So in this who is distributed? Right. Some A's or not B's में कौन distributed था? B. Your cups is distributed. Is cups distributed in the premise?
No, sir.
So this cannot be my answer. Some cups are not kettles. Here kettles is distributed. Is it distributed in the premise? Yes. No jar is kettle. My kettle is distributed. That's my answer. You want to check the same rule for different things. All kettles are cups. All kettles are cups. Here kettles distribute हो रहा होगा, but
That's a universal.
Universal.
it's a universal. So you got that logic. Are you with me?
Yes.
So let's take rule 2. No term can be distributed. No term can be distributed in the conclusion. In the conclusion, unless it is distributed in the premise. No term can be distributed in the conclusion unless it is distributed in the premise. Does that logically make sense to you? Yeah, I mean, you are having something to be totally distributed in the inference and it's not distributed in the premise. कोई sense नहीं है. So that inference cannot be a logical inference. So that's what is your rule 2 say. So I keep saying rule 1 is the best way to understand whether you will have inference or not, whereas rule 2 is a rule of elimination. Right? So rule 1 is mother of all rules and rule 2 is rule of elimination. Take rule 3.
सर इसको थोड़ा डायग्राम से समझा सकते हैं
इसको बेटा
इसी को इस एग्जाम्पल
समझा सकता हूँ क्यों नहीं? बट डायग्राम बंद करो माइंड में। हाँ, ये लॉजिक सुनो बिठा लो। Some cups or jars. Now your some cups or jars. Now no jar is a kettle. So there is a jar that is not a kettle. So a jar से kettle कहीं दूर है, right? So ये jar से kettle दूर है, तो there are some cups which are inside the jar which are not kettles. So some cups are not kettles. तो आप बोल सकते हो सर ये डायग्राम यहां हो सकता है,
सेकंड के लिए भी
यहां भी हो सकता है ऐसा। In that case also, you know that some cups are not kettles.
सम जार्स आर नॉट केटल्स
No, some cups. Jar is a middle term, na? I'll try to do this. Some cups or jars. ठीक है?
यस
Now, no jar is a kettle. Now you don't know, but you know that jar and kettle are away from each other.
ओके ओके
So that kettle could be here.
और इट कैन बी इन कप्स
It could be within cups also. It could be here also.
ऑफ कप्स
In any which case, I know that there are some cups. There are some cups that are not jars.
सॉरी केटल केटल
Some cups are not jars. Now, let's see, some kettles are not cups हो सकता है। In this case, some kettles are not cups is right.
लेकिन उन दोनों में तो
But in this case, it is not. समझ आ रहा? बट इतने इतने ड्रॉ करके कंफ्यूज होके टेंशन नहीं लेने का।
समझ गया
लॉजिक बुक दिमाग में बिठा लो। Guys, am I making sense now? So why I said no need of any Venn diagrams? That's the logic. If you get fundamentally what we are doing, you get that अरे यार ये सब करने की जरूरत नहीं है, इतना सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है। Distribution समझो, premise समझो, rather rule 1, rule 2 are enough to solve all questions. But for academic reasons, rule 3 ले। If one of the premise is particular, inference has to be particular. Now, using rule 3, ये क्वेश्चन इजी हो जाता है। Some ships or aeroplanes, all aeroplanes or jets. Now rule 2 भी अप्लाई करने की जरूरत नहीं है, ये all है, no है, all है, भैया एक ही आंसर हो सकता है। कोई दिमाग लगाने की जरूरत नहीं। When one of the premise is particular, your inference has to be particular. Are you okay? Is everyone okay? That's your rule 3. Take this example and just mark it. Take this example once again to prove a point to your rule. Rule 3, ये example फिर repeat करो and इसको mark कर दो directly without using any brains. Rule 4. If one of the premise is negative, inference has to be negative. If one of the premise is negative, inference has to be negative. Take this example once again. Here, now you have particular negative है, so immediately you know this cannot be my answer, this cannot be my answer. Now, but logically you also know that some cups or jars are known. There's also a particular statement, therefore universal negative भी नहीं हो सकता. तो generally क्या होता है, पांचवा भी कुछ और नहीं हो सकता रहता है. So you immediately get an answer. So if there is only one option of particular negative, that has to be your answer. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. But here in this case there are two, so we have to cross check. फिर drawing करेंगे ना, पिटाई करूँगा मैं. No Venn diagrams, please. Quick logic. Some kettles are not cups, some cups are not kettles. Quickly check. Not cups. Is it distributed? No. So this cannot be my answer. Therefore, this has to be my answer. So, are you okay?
Yes.
Brilliant. Rule 5. If both the premise are particular, yeah,
No inference.
very good. No inference can be drawn. मैं बोला ना, logic समझ जाओगे तो rule 5, rule 6 are only for the sake of academic learning. If both the premise are particular, no inference can be drawn. Take an example, some bullets or guns, some guns or tanks. Options for conclusions. First option, some bullets or tanks. No bullet is a tank. Some tanks or bullets. Okay, so do we need to understand this? Anyone needs help on understanding this last example? Huh? What is the statement given? Some bullets or guns. Some guns or tanks. So some bullets or guns. So if you want to understand from a Venn diagram, some bullets or tank, some bullets or guns, right? So here he's saying some guns or tanks. Now which part of guns or tanks you don't know. The diagram could be like this. The diagram could be like that. Yes or no? Or the diagram could be like that also. So these are the three possibilities. So for every possibility there could be a different answer. So we are saying we will not even worry because some bullets are guns, your middle term is guns, which is not distributed. So there is no sense in having a conclusive statement between bullets and tanks. No conclusion can be drawn. Period. Yeah, are we making sense? Everyone? Good. Last, there's no need to give an example. We are directly taking the rule 6. Rule 6. If both are negative, no inference can be drawn. Rule 6. If both the premise are negative, no inference can be drawn. Example, first statement, statement A, no car is chair. No car is chair. Second, no chair is can. No chair is can. So simple, no confusion हो गया तो अभी option भी के कोई मतलब waste of energy. Okay, it's 10 to 9 by my watch. You want to take a quick 10-minute break, you can start at 9 o'clock.
Sir, all these rules work only when there are two premises, or if we have more than 3 or 4 premises?
Logically, it will fit like that only, right? If you have, say, 3, you connect 2 and get to 3, and that you can connect the same logic to 4.
I'm asking if you have a third premise in this question, as no car is a cat. or no cat is a car.
Ah.
Then you can make conclusions. Right?
So what I'm trying to say is, don't get in there as of now.
Okay.
When you get used to this, you extend this logic to the next level also. One more premise also.
Can we do some examples?
If you have example, I can do it for you.
Okay.
Okay, so first, don't go there. See, what happens is, that's what I want you guys to understand. Don't think too much about it for now. First, get used to this. You'll realize everything else will fall in place. Every question looks simple now. If you want to practice, let's do it first, then we'll take a break later. Do question number 11 to 15. Do it now. Oh, you're going to office. Okay. We'll be, next half low, I'll be teaching logical consistency. You're okay with that? With that? Good.
In all the questions, there will be a middle term. Always common term, not middle term. If in some question common term is not there, then we will make any.
Give me an example. Don't worry, we'll come across. There's another thing that I'm going to teach. We are not yet totally done. There's something called complementary pairs. After that, we are totally done. So, पहले 5 करो quickly. Can I get a pen or a pencil? How about you?
I have
Oh, then take it. You're giving me. One more.
Answer. Excuse me, sir. Rule 6 में sir, no car is a cat inference हो सकता है. No car is chair, no chair is cat.
कर हो सकता है? नहीं.
No car is cat.
मैं बताता हूँ. I will explain it. Don't worry. बाकी प्रॉब्लम्स करो. Not done yet? You apply rules, फटाफट हो जाता है. Rules in the sense, don't use rules as rules. You are mentally clear with it.
Option is wrong.
15th one option is?
B option is
That's okay. But there is an answer in the options.
yeah, because of that all.
Yeah, whatever will be ruled out, right? So answer is CAE. Shall we do it? Yeah, let's do quickly one after the other. So 11th one, what's the answer?
C.
Right. Now let's see how you're going there. Right? A, B, F. A, all green is blue. B is all green is white. Will there be an answer? Yes, because middle term is distributed. But when you go and check F, all blue is white. So now all green is blue, all green is white. All blue is white. Is it the answer?
No.
Why?
May or
May or may not be this.
So because your all blue is white, may or may not be nahi. All blue is distributed fully, which is not the case in any of the premise. May or may not be wala discussion nahi ab se. Guys, A, B, if you look at A and B, all green is blue, B is all green is white. So your middle term is distributed, which is green. But your F is the conclusion is what he's saying, which is all blue is white. In your all blue is white, all blue is distributed. Your blue is distributed. Is it distributed in the premise? No. So your first choice cannot be the answer. A cannot be the answer. Yes or no?
Yes.
Because inference में कुछ distribute हो रहा है, वो premise पे नहीं हो रहा है. It cannot be my answer. Don't think, don't draw anything. Quick. Okay? Next. A, E, F. A, E. What is E? All blue is yellow. All green is blue. All blue is yellow. Middle term is distributed. F. F is what? All blue is white. So there's no logic at all there. So that is not the answer. Option C. C, D, B. C is all green is black. D is all black is white. Your B is all green is white. Yes, makes sense. Your green is distributed in the premise as well. So that's the answer. Option C is the right answer. Are you okay?
Yes.
Brilliant. Question number 12.
C.
Is everyone okay?
Yes.
Do I need to explain? No. Right? See, for example, C, D, F एक option है, वो तो directly ruled out है. क्यों? Sum आ रहा है वहाँ पर.
So no inference.
No inference. Okay. Yeah. Go to 13th.
B.
Option B. B for Bombay. Good. So let's see how we arrive. AFC. First one is AFC. All beaters cheat. Some beaters cheat. all beaters cheat, some beaters cheat. Sorry, which one?
This
A, F, huh?
both A and F are only.
Say it is talking about beat and cheat only. There is nothing to conclude there. So A cannot be the answer. Option B, B, D, E. All teachers beat, some teachers beat. All teachers cheat, sorry. All teachers cheat is your option, statement B. And your D is some teachers beat. Now E is saying some teachers beat and cheat. Makes logical sense. Yes or no?
Yes.
So that's your answer. Answer is B.
So that is a purely logical thing.
Yeah, there's no need of applying a logic there. See, what I mean to say is,
No need of applying rules.
yeah, so there are few things that are direct. See, over a period of time, you're not actually applying rules. You're applying logic only. But your rules are going to help you to think easier. Confusion nahi rahega mind mein. That's the only reason why you're learning rules. 14th one?
A.
Is everyone okay with that? 15th?
B.
D for Delhi. And trust me, you will crack all possible questions. If you remember the flow in which we have learned the class, just revise it once. I can tell you'll get 5 out of 5 or 10 out of 5 in syllogisms whenever you use it. If you apply these rules properly. Okay? So there's one more small interesting stuff that needs to be done. Then I'll go to logical consistency.
My doubt is that what does middle term mean? It means that it comes twice or it comes first statement in second and
For me, yeah, it's not about it coming twice. For me, it means it's the connection between first and third statement. It's not about coming twice. Obviously, it has to come twice. It has to connect both. But there is something coming twice, but it's not connecting first and last statement. Then there is no logic about it, right? Okay. So it's 9:05 by my watch now. So 9:15. No? So quickly, 45 minutes mein, I'll tell you one more rule and we'll wind up logical consistency also. Okay? Yeah. Take an example. Side heading put it as complementary pair of conclusions. Some bullets or guns. पर थोड़ा देर AC ऑन करते हैं. Yes. हाँ.
Just one only. Just one only.
Some bullets or guns and some guns or tanks. Some guns or tanks. Some bullets or tanks. Answers. These are two initial statements, right? In the choice, take A. Some bullets or tanks.
So we have already written.
Yeah, but I want to take that example once again. Some bullets or tanks. No bullets or tanks. Now, some bullets or guns, some guns or tanks. What are the options did I give you? Let me take this as A and B. Yeah. First one. What was that? Some bullets or
Tanks.
or tanks.
No bullets or tanks.
No bullets or tanks. Now take the third option, either one or two. Fourth option, none. Yeah, what's the answer?
C.
C.
Third.
Third one is the answer. Yeah. So this is another catch or another situation that is asked or extensively used in CAT. So generally what happens is some bullets or guns, some guns or tanks, we देखते ही अपने को लगता है some, there is no inference. We end up marking none. But you should be aware of this situation. You should know that this is not true, but these two are complementary pairs. So some bullets or tanks or no bullets or tanks. These two, either of it has to be true. If you want me to make you understand using a Venn diagram, I can do that, but I don't think it's required. Logically, one of these has to be true. Yes or no?
Yes.
So this is one situation that will definitely come. So on this, I'll give you some small notes you can take down, so which will help you in any situation. Logically, you have understood. I'm giving you notes for whenever you want to revise. That will help you. There may be many cases. There may be many cases of complementary pairs. There may be many cases of complementary pairs, but you should note the following points. Should note the following points before selecting a complementary pair of conclusions. Before selecting a complementary pair of conclusions. Point one. Each of the conclusions in the pair should not be valid. Each of the conclusions in the pair should not be valid or true individually. So, yeah, does it make sense? I mean, ये भी points याद रखने नहीं रखना है, आपको दिमाग में लेना है. So, can this be true on its own? No. This can it be true on its own? No. So, individually they should not be true. That's a basic condition for to become a complementary pair. Are you getting it? Yeah, good. So, statement 2. Yeah, second one. In a complementary pair, of conclusions, subject and predicate of both the conclusions should be same. कभी कभी आपको परेशान करने के लिए सब्जेक्ट प्रेडिकेट चेंज हो जाता है कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री पेयर में. So, but complementary pair में subject and predicate should also be same. So, for example, there's some bullets or tanks, no bullets or tanks, so you should see that logically they are fitting in the same flow. Okay. Third, and that's the most important. One of the conclusions should be affirmative and the other be negative. Yes or no? One should be affirmative, another should be negative. A few examples. All A's or B's? some A's or not B's. So if you look at all A's or B's, right, is an affirmative there. Some A's or not B's is negative, and that fits in the bill there, right? Take another example. मैं तीन pairs आते हैं, मैं तीनों दे देता हूँ लिख लो. Some A's or B's, some A's or not B's. Some A's or B's, third set, third example, set. Third complementary pair, third possibility. Some A's or B's and no A is B.
So will they be always exhaustive?
Not necessary.
So in terms of at least
I got your
one.
point.
So like A is divided into two things.
Yeah.
So one is in two statements, one is giving half picture and other is giving half picture. So it should be exhaustive.
Now, so here we are saying some bullets or tanks, right? So you are talking about exhaustivity of bullet or are you talking about tank? Not necessary, right? पूरा कवर करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Not necessary.
क्या सर हमको समझ
What he's saying exhaustive मतलब नहीं exhaustive he's saying पूरा complete knowledge दे रहा क्या overall as a complementary pair. No, it's not necessary is what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is here they are individually not true, but definitely they are complementary. Some bullets or tanks and no bullets or tanks will ensure that this either ये तो भी होगा या तो ये तो होगा.
Yes sir.
Right? So is it giving the total knowledge about everything? No. These together, is it talking about exhaustively about bullets? Not necessary is what I'm trying to answer. Are you okay? So we're done with this. So बाकी examples आप लोग देख लो, and we'll get into what is called logical consistency. Yeah, take an example.
Sir, I have a question.
Good.
Sir, if you see first and third example, they are exhaustive, A and B both.
Correct.
But if you see second one, like in this option, it is not exhaustive.
Correct.
It is only universally distributed at B or C.
Correct.
So, there can be a case.
There can be a case of exhaustivity. Yes, yes. No, not necessary is what I said. I didn't say it is exhaustive नहीं होना चाहिए. Not necessary. In a complementary pair, should it be exhaustive? Not necessary. His question was, should it be exhaustive? I said not necessary. So what you are telling me is right. In few examples it's exhaustive, in few cases it's not. Correct. But मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? Logically you have understood now. Now when it comes to exam, don't worry much about examination hall में. Should always work towards maximizing your score. ज़्यादा दिमाग मत लगाओ exam. I'm telling you. I mean, today your NIT class students are in this class. I was sharing in my last class. I was telling all the students. I used to run a class batch of NIT batch way back in 2008 at Career Launcher, Hyderabad. So the problem that I used to face was these kids were really good, right? But in a mock exam, they were not clearing cutoffs in quant. Whereas if I give them an entire quant paper, they'll crack all 30-40 questions that used to come. But in the exam situation, they were not clearing cutoffs. The only reason for that was they were challenging too much with the question paper. मतलब भाई question number 1 आ रहा, 2 आ रहा, 3 आ रहा, 4 आ रहा, 5 आ रहा. 1 लल्लू है, second difficult है, third difficult है, fourth लल्लू है, fifth भी लल्लू है, not लल्लू नहीं तो moderate है, right? So पहला लल्लू कर दो, difficult छोड़ दो यार. Go to लल्लू. So they used to spend a lot of time with this difficult question. In the given context of the exam, you are losing time by spending time on a difficult question. So what I used to consistently tell them, the only way to maximize score is you are not challenging anyone in examination hall. Your knowledge will be with you all your life. In that 2 hours, your focus should be, if you know how to crack these questions, crack them and move on. Right? So the questions you are asking for academic reasons, I am answering you. Right? But मैं बोल रहा इतना मत सोचो. Simple रखो. Logically आपको पता होना चाहिए भाई फट. I mean मतलब if you are eliminating, should know how to quickly eliminate, get to the answer and go ahead. That's it. आगे बढ़ते जाओ. उस question के बारे में ज़्यादा मत सोचो. You will waste a lot of time in the examination because in the given context, you need to maximize both your attempts as well as your accuracy. So वो challenge को solve करो. Cracking CAT is not difficult. So, good. Coming back to questions. Yeah. Logical consistency. Take a question. Take an example. If it rains, I wear a raincoat. It is raining. I'm wearing a raincoat. Not wearing a raincoat. I am not wearing a raincoat. It is not raining. It is raining.
ANC. Mine. Modern match A, D is also right or B is also right. Anyone? How many of you are super confident of A and C? Okay. Oh, fine. Good. What about others? क्या confusion है भाई? Yellow t-shirt. Not sure. Not sure. Sir,
Yes.
you're confident.
A.
You think A is right. What about C? What do you think?
Correct.
A and C.
ANC.
A and C. Okay. So any other? See, what you need to understand here is, if it rains, I wear a raincoat. Now what does that mean? If it rains, I wear a raincoat. Now, first statement says it is raining.
So I'm ready.
So it is raining. I mean, if it's raining, I will wear a raincoat. Now, it is not raining.
Email.
So I am not wearing a raincoat. Can you confidently say this?
No.
No.
Why? Why not?
He can wear the
He can
raincoat.
wear raincoat just for fun.
Yeah, so here the logic is, if it rains, I wear a raincoat. He's telling you, if it rains, I wear a raincoat. So I'll give you another situation. I come into the classroom wearing a raincoat. Is it raining outside?
No.
You cannot say, you're not sure. Because I might be wearing a raincoat otherwise also. So if today I wore a sweater to the class. Does that mean it is chill outside? Not necessary. Maybe I'm trying to hide my belly. Yeah, so the point I'm trying to make is, I'm wearing a raincoat inside the class doesn't mean that it's raining outside. Right? So if it rains, I wear a raincoat. So what I keep saying in this kind of questions is, if P then Q. One is
P or Q or negation Q.
yes. So instead of worrying too much about the statements, I would like you to look at it this way. If P then Q, if P happens, then Q will happen. P will imply Q. Or negation Q will imply negation P. This is like a cause and effect. If this happens, this effect will happen. Right? So that doesn't mean that if effect happens, something like, I'm wearing a raincoat. Right? So that doesn't mean that it is raining. Because that effect can happen for otherwise also. मतलब P होने से Q होगा, but Q होने के अलग तरीके भी हो सकते हैं. तो जब भी Q हो रहा है, doesn't mean that P भी हो रहा है. You understand what I'm saying? So if P then Q, P will imply Q and negation Q will imply negation P. Okay? So take that.